Narrated by Al-Harith ibn Hammam. I once gathered in the outskirts of Al-Zora, with a circle of venerable poets. None could rival their brilliance in verse, nor match their stride in the racetrack of eloquence. We delved into discourse that exposed the secrets of flowers, till noon split the sky, and minds wearied, souls longed for nests of rest. Suddenly we glimpsed from afar an old woman approaching, with the swiftness of a desert mare. Trailing behind her was a frail young girl, thinner than a spindle, weaker than a feather in flight. She did not hesitate upon seeing us. She rushed straight at us and said, "Peace upon the noble, even of strangers. O you, the hope of the hopeful and refuge of the widows, know this, I am from the chiefs of great tribes, and the finest of noble women. My family and my husband once commanded hearts, carried burdens, led hands into action, and mounted high endeavors. But when fate struck down the pillars of support, and death stole the dearest of kin, the world turned upside down. Eyes dried up, faces turned away, sight faded, comfort was lost, arms weakened, and blessings vanished. We were left toothless, no fong or molar remained, since the green days turned dusty, and the yellow beloved turned sour. My white days turned black, and my black hair turned white. Even the blue-eyed enemy pitied me. So welcome, O red death." She pointed to the girl beside her and said, "This one, see how fear haunts her eyes, and hunger paints her pale. Her highest dream is a bowl of porridge, her greatest hope a second-hand cloak. Yet I swore I'd never offer my dignity, except to the dignified, even if I perish from hardship. But poverty has whispered in my ear, and intuition tells me that you are fountains of generosity. So may God bless the one who honors my oath, who believes in my insight, and who gazes upon me not with cold indifference, but with the warmth of compassion." Al-Harith continues, "We understood the elegance of her expression and the charm in her metaphors. We said, 'Your words have enchanted us. How then must your poetry be?' She replied, 'I make stones weep, and that's no boast.' We said, 'If you make us your audience, we will not withhold our aid.' She said, 'Then let me first show you my emblem, then I'll recite my poems.' She pulled back a tattered sleeve, and stepped forward like a battered old warrior, then began her lament, the old woman's poem. I complained to God with a sick soul's sigh, of a cruel fate and a time gone awry. O people, I come from a clan once great, whom time itself dared not violate. Their glory none could push aside. Their fame spread far and wide. When famine struck and the land was bare, they brought life to the lifeless air. They lit fires for travelers lost, and fed guests with meat, no matter the cost. No neighbor went hungry by their door. No one faced terror they wouldn't restore. But fate's harsh blows broke their tide. Those oceans of giving began to subside. Now the earth holds their noble bones, lions of battle, healers of groans. My camels turned to dust and stone, my highlands replaced with valleys unknown. My chicks now cry without relief. Each day is marked with a new grief. When the devout pray in the night, my little ones sob with no respite. O you feed the raven's brood, O mender of broken bones and mood, send us a soul whose honor's clean, whose name is pure, whose hand serene, someone who quenches hunger's flame, even with scraps of milk or whey. Is there a youth who hears our plight, who'll earn deep thanks and endless light, by the one to whom all forelocks bow, on the day faces turn black and white? Were it not for my noble ones who've passed, I'd never dared compose such verse at last." Al-Harith narrates, "By God, her verses split our hearts, drew out our hidden coins. Even the stingy were stirred, and the miser gave without reserve. Her pouch soon overflowed with gold. Each of us offered her a generous share. She walked away, children following behind her, mouth wide in thanks. And the gathering rose to uncover the truth of her mysterious generosity. I pledged to unveil the hidden secret, and followed the old woman. She entered a crowded marketplace, dove into the throng. then slipped away unnoticed to an empty mosque. There, she removed her cloak and veil, and I peeked through a crack in the door, eager to see what wonder would unfold. When the disguise was stripped away, I beheld the face of Abu Zayd, unveiled in all its glory. I rushed in, about to confront him, but he ducked like a sly rebel, then lifted his voice in poetic song. Abu Zayd's confession. Oh, if only fate knew the depth of my clever ruse. Does it grasp the roots of my deceit? Or am I yet unknown in my trickery? How many of its sons I've fooled, with wit and guile I've ruled. I show them piety by day, and trick them at night with play. I sway minds with hunger's plea, or cloud their reason with revelry. Sometimes I'm a rock, steadfast and firm. Sometimes I'm a sister to tricks that squirm. Had I walked the path of normal men, my life would have failed again and again. So to the one who blames my ways, here's my excuse, judge if you may. Al-Harith ibn Hammam concludes, when I discovered the truth of his deception, the beauty of his poetry, and the cunning in his self-defense, I knew his rebellious spirit would never heed rebuke and would always do as it pleased. So I turned my reins back to my companions and told them what my eyes had witnessed. They fell into stunned silence, and all swore never again would we trust a weeping old woman